sugar, I don't like it if it don't gleam. In the hell with the price, but the money ain't a thing.
Put it down hard for my dogs that's locked in the bang. When you hit the bricks, new whips, money ain't a thing. Come on.
Yeah, I want to floss with us. Come on. All across the board, we burn it up. Drop a little pickle, baby, toss it up. Slacking on your pimpin', turn it up. See the money ain't a thing.
Flex the road, sign a check for your jigger style is love. X and O. Save all your accolades, just the dough. My game is wide, all names aside. Trying to stay alive. 100,000 for the bracelet. Foolish ain't out, a chain to strain your eye. Twin platinum gun, son, aim for the sky. Ice on my bullet, you die soon as I pull it. Willies wanna rub shoulders, your money's too young. See me when it gets older, your bank.
Welcome to Wealth Building Wednesdays, where we center Black, women, and BIPOC-owned businesses. Highlight opportunities and initiatives for underrepresented entrepreneurs and center socially innovative enterprises. Building generational prosperity, fostering real networking, and recycling Black dollars. It's Wealth Building Wednesdays on KBLA Talk 1580.
And I always love it when folks show up live and in person, like our next guest for a Wealth Building Wednesday. She's a creator and a founder. She's worked with small businesses for over a decade, doing her traveling hair and beauty expo, Afrolicious Hair and Beauty. She saw people were having a hard time with the small businesses, trying to thrive, just doing pop-ups and vending, and facing a lot of obstacles that made it hard for them to survive as businesses. So during COVID-19, when stuff started to slow down, she came up with the concept for the Afro City Marketplace. Rwanda Ray, welcome.
Thank you, Dominique. Thank you for having me. Excited to be here this morning.
Yeah, it's exciting to have you, and I love your outfit. Can we just start there?
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, so cute. Okay, so you're a business owner yourself, but you are also helping other business owners.
Yes. We have a collective. It's called the Afro City Marketplace. And this month is going on 2 years that we've been at the Baldwin Hills Crenshaw Mall.
Wow.
Yes, and we love it.
So explain exactly what it is. Is it like a fair? Is it a flea market? What exactly is Afro City Expo Marketplace?
How I describe it is it's kind of like if you guys know of Fred Segal, like a high-end store where they have a lot of brands all under one roof and they all man each of their own sections.
Yes.
And it's a cross between what we all know growing up in South Central, kind of like a swap meet.
A fancy swap meet.
Yes, a fancy swap meet. I don't like to always use that analogy, but we all get it. It's
yeah,
like
well, you started with Fred Segal, and then you went all the way over to swap meet. So I think, you kind of took us with you there. And this is where we can find, like you said, a lot of different things all in one place. Is it all Black owned?
It's all Black owned. All our vendors are Black entrepreneurs. And yes, it's like a collective and we're all under one roof. So you can get clothing, you can get drums, you can get handmade body products, you can get your hair braided. We have a braiding bar. You can come and get head wraps. We have a head wrap bar, and you can come see artists work live. And we share customers. One of our mottos is your customers are my customers and my customers are your customers. So yeah, we have over 25 brands, and we're just excited for our next event that's coming up, Black at the Mall, that we started. And it's called Black at the Mall, A Small Business Revolution.
And when is that taking place?
That's coming up on Black Friday weekend. So it's going to be a real Black Friday. November.
A blackety Black Friday.
Yes. November 29th and the 30th. So the day after Thanksgiving, you guys get up and come out and come support these Black-owned businesses, because we're going to have guests too. Our last one, we had 20 guests to join us. And It was very exciting. We had free food. It's a free event. And it was great. And I look forward to it just growing, and maybe we can do a mall takeover. And, we really need people to come back to the Crenshaw Mall.
Yeah, I mean, that can be a whole nother conversation for another day. But certainly the Afro City Marketplace is bringing energy that mall sorely needs right now.
Yes, a lot of big brand stores, anchor stores, they're not there anymore. And so it's almost kind of like Afro City is the anchor But,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, Afro City is definitely the vibe, right? Because, other than that, it kind of feels sad. So this is 7 days a week?
7 days a week from 10 to 8 p.m. Sundays. We're open 11 to 7 p.m.
11 to 7 Sundays, and the rest of the time 10 to 8.
Yes.
So that's quite a stretch. I mean, sometimes with it's a long stretch of time when we can go and buy. Sometimes with some of our smaller businesses, our Black-owned businesses, it's hard to know exactly when they are going to be open.
It is. And so we're open 7 days a week. So we're mostly always open during business hours.
That's amazing. And then, I mean, I say that's amazing because we're coming into the holiday season, and whether people are shopping for Kwanzaa or Christmas or something else, there's a lot of shopping that goes on right now. And I'm always really looking to encourage people to recycle Black dollars. So if you're
Yes.
looking for a little something and you don't know quite what to buy, or you know what you have in mind, it sounds like Afro City might be a really good option.
Yes, it's definitely a one-stop shop for the holidays. We have raw honey, we have tea, we have things from other cultures like Africa, handmade soror masks for all the different fraternities. We have Belizean items and from different Black cultures and African American cultures.
Wow. So this is also an opportunity, right? If you're a Black-owned business or product that you make, they can actually join your collective and get a space in the mall for a relatively affordable price, right?
Yes, that's what we do. We provide affordable retail space for designers, for brands, for entrepreneurs.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds between $150 to $1,000 a month. I mean, you can't beat that.
Yeah, you
In
can't
LA,
beat
you
that.
can't beat that.
No way. With the high cost of commercial rents, I mean, here we share all our prices together. So you just pay a flat rate for your space, and we have 15,000 square feet, so we can make a small space for you or a large space for you.
Wow. So if folks are interested in being part of the collective and maybe vending their product in the mall with you guys, what should they do?
They should just go to our website and apply to be a resident vendor at afrocitymarketplace.com, or they can also call 916-800-3769, which is also 916-800-FROZE with a Z.
So 916-800
3769.
3769. Got it. And or afrocity.com.
afrocitymarketplace.com.
Forgot the marketplace. afrocitymarketplace.com. Now, you also have, if folks aren't able or not ready to settle into a monthly commitment, you also have an opportunity for people to be part of the Black at the Mall just for a day or two.
Yes, we have pop-ups. And so that's the good thing about it. Afro City is we have pop-ups. You can try it before you make a commitment. And yeah, you can also come to Afro City and try out a business concept. And you can see if it works, for a lower price if you don't have a lot of investment money. So that's what I love about it. People are, we are so creative, and we've had amazing businesses come there, and we've had amazing businesses go. And that's why we need the support of the community so much right now. I remember during COVID how we had this big, large, amazing support for brands online because we were all stuck in the house. But man, we made millionaires and we came up with new ideas. But it kind of faded away as COVID kind of died down.
Yeah.
And I think 2025 is the year, you guys. We need to support each other so much right now. And I just want the South Central community, the Crenshaw community, to just stop by and say hi, or just stop by and make a $5 or purchase, just anything to support these entrepreneurs so that they can scale their businesses and take care of their families and not have to hustle, because every business in there can't be there every day, but we do like you to come in a couple of times a week and work your business. If you're not able to come, we can take the sales for you, but we encourage you to come in and volunteer and help the collective.
Wow. So a lot of great opportunities, whether you're a vendor, a manufacturer, or something else. What is your product?
My product is the Afro City t-shirts And the Afro City
like the one you have
loungewear.
on.
Yeah,
Yes,
we have
so
sets
cute.
like this, and we have the Afro City Afro picks, I should say. And yeah, and then I have a few clothing items that kind of represent my style, and then I'll be expanding into other designer clothing that represents the Afronista style that I've always wore or wear on our lives. Instagram, our live is Afro City Marketplace, so yeah.
What's the Afronista style?
It is colorful, comfortable, a lot of African and car prints, and yeah, just funky. You have like these earrings, big hoops, cool shades, and of course Afronistic hairstyles.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, it's really nice to meet you, Rwanda Ray, and your the opportunities. Let's just recap: 7 days a week at the Baldwin Hills Crenshaw Mall. You all were out there at Taste of Soul, clowning around, talking about make the mall great again.
We were, and it was so much fun. I mean, the Taste of Soul is great. It's a great opportunity to partner with them, and to meet new people, to let them know that the Baldwin Hills Crenshaw Mall is not closed. So many of our returning customers that are regulars that have been helping us remain there, they always say, I thought it was closed. Like, okay, or I haven't been here in years. So that's the message we want to get out. People think that the Crenshaw Mall is closed, and I understand why, but it's not closed. Please spread the word that it's not closed. And yeah, this is one of the hats we were giving away. Make Crenshaw Mall great again. I brought this for you.
Oh, thank you.
And yeah, it was
hilarious.
fun. We were out there with our signs.
So they can find you 7 days a week at the Baldwin Hills Crenshaw Mall at the Afro City Marketplace.
Yes, right by the food court.
By the food court. And they can find you with an extravaganza, Black at the Mall, this next week.
Yes,
really,
the day after
for
Thanksgiving,
Black Friday.
guys.
Yeah. Blackety Black Friday, and then Small Business Saturday.
Black on black on black.
All right. Well, it's really nice meeting you. Thank you so much for coming in. And just remind us your social media handles and your website.
Website, AfroCityMarketplace.com. Instagram and Facebook handle, Afro City Marketplace.
Thank you so much for coming in, and I wish you wealth.
Thank you so much.
It's Wealth Building Wednesday. Right now is the perfect time to call me. Yeah, we can talk about the cabinet picks. We can talk about whatever you want. There's a lot to unpack on the national scene. KBLA Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million+ products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Point!
Hey, you okay? You don't normally miss those shots.
I just haven't been as regular lately, and it's making me feel sluggish.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down.
Ace!
You're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at metamucil.com.
I went to My Computer Career because I needed job security.
Because I wanted a career in cybersecurity.
I went to My Computer Career because IT jobs are everywhere.
My old job was going nowhere.
I went because I didn't want college loans for the rest of my life.
Because I wanted a career for the rest of my life.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. Classes available online or in person. Financial aid available for qualified students, including the GI Bill. 529 college savings plans accepted.
You okay?
Sorry, I can't sleep with this cough.
Sounds like you need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with NyQuil VapoCool. It's NyQuil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
So you ready to get some sleep? Thank you, NyQuil VapoCool.
NyQuil VapoCool, the vaporizing nighttime coughing, aching, fever, best sleep with a cold medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Moments like making my kids my famous meatballs mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that has spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib.
Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for adults with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Imagine a Los Angeles where everyone can thrive, where communities have access to the resources they need to succeed. That's the vision of Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. They're dedicated to improving life in LA County by providing educational support, employment assistance, and spaces for community engagement. By 2050, they want LA to be the best place to connect, create, learn, live, and play. They're working toward an education system that's well-resourced and culturally responsive, becoming a hub for artists and innovators, and making sure everyone has access to healthy food, quality healthcare, and safe housing. It's about building a future where we all have the chance to succeed. We invite you to learn more about their mission and get involved with Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
The conversation continues right now with Dominique DiPrima on First Things First. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Worried about eviction? You have rights, and Stay Housed LA can help. Stay Housed LA is a partnership between LA County, the City of Los Angeles, and local service providers. From Lancaster to Long Beach, we're here to help you with tenant education workshops, legal clinics, free legal services for eligible tenants, and online resources about tenant protection laws. Don't face eviction alone. Call our hotline at 1-888-694-0040. That's 1-888-694-0040. Or visit stayhousedla.org. Stay Housed LA, keeping Los Angeles residents in their homes. Stay Housed LA, your rights, your home, our community. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Here's another great reason to use the United States Postal Service this season. When sending a package, why venture outside? Ship with USPS for a true holiday ride. Want to stay cozy and warm? There's no need to roam. With free package pickup and labels printed from home. We have over 600,000 employees always in motion. And before you know it, your gift has delivered emotion. Spread the holiday joy this season with USPS's enhanced network. Learn more at USPS.com/holidayride.
The conversation continues right now with Dominique DiPrima on First Things First.
Where to start? It's just such a mind-bending time that we're in at the moment. And I invite you to weigh in on it to, fellowship or complain or whatever it is we need to do, unpack. It's almost like in the focus on what we want, not what we don't want space. One of the things we want is information, and that's reliable information. So I was talking the other day about how Elon Musk, who apparently thinks he's not the vice president, but the co-president, according to some people in MAGA world who are starting to get annoyed with him and are speaking to the press off the record. I mentioned how Musk had weighed in on Twitter to say, which he owns, to say that he had a certain guy he wanted to be Treasury Secretary. And it surprised me that he would be so public about pushing the president-elect and really calling him out and saying, this one guy that was under consideration was business as usual, and he wanted this guy named Howard Lutnick, and asking Twitter users to weigh in on who should be the Treasury Secretary, as if we are experts on that. Anyway, the president-elect went ahead and named Elon Musk's pick, but not to the Treasury Department, to the Commerce Department, which is not quite as, it's still a pretty big job, but it's not the Treasury Department. That's the one I guess they're all fighting over in MAGA world. And I don't know if that was a way of putting Musk in check, but not really in check. But one of the things that I noticed is that this guy, who's the chief executive of a group called Cantor Fitzgerald, is really pro-tariff. And that the announcement said he would spearhead the administration's tariff and trade agenda. That is interesting because I know that Musk is low-key been trying to reel the president-elect back when it comes to tariffs because they're going to make everything more expensive, and that includes Teslas. And so, that's not a good signal for those of us who just don't want prices to go up, up, up. If he's picked a pro-tariff guy, this is going to be quite, I think, a bumpy ride for consumers. People who voted to bring down the price of eggs may be in for an unhappy surprise. And I do think that this, here we go again. The president-elect may be the luckiest man in the world, because after Obama fixed the economy, the president-elect, 45, he got Obama's repaired economy, and then he went and trashed it for 4 years by giving party favors in the form of massive tax cuts for the rich, adding trillions to the deficit, and then Biden and Harris came and fixed it. Even though they haven't gotten credit by the voters for fixing it, for a large part, they've fixed it. And now here comes 47, who is also AKA 45, back into that seat with his, bevy of MAGA supporters, and the Republican Party once again gets to take credit for the work that the Democrats have done in fixing the economy. And trust and believe they're going to be bragging about it. But the crazy thing is, if these tariffs really are enacted, more than likely it is going to raise prices on everything and do just the opposite of what you all have, I say you all because it wasn't me, have voted this guy in to do. And meanwhile, I find the media in disarray. Not us at KBLA Talk 1580. We're not confused. But Comcast selling off MSNBC, CNBC, and USA Network. They're going to create a new publicly traded company and a new corporate structure for NBC Universal. Just wonder if that has anything to do with this environment that we're in, where we see media outlets scurrying to the right and trying to kiss the ring, as if, kind of like the Democratic Party, as if being Republican light will save you. And I've got news. It won't. News, traffic, and sports, then more on KBLA Talk 1580.
The station you turn to when you've had it up to gear with cultural incompetence. KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Bray Wood with 4 things you should know from BIN News. Public awareness of the 988 suicide prevention hotline is up but still low. That's according to an Annenberg Public Policy Center SSRS poll. It found only 15% of respondents could correctly name the number for the hotline. Vice President-elect J.D. Vance is stating that the Trump team is interviewing candidates for FBI director, implying Christopher Wray's departure. Vance faced criticism for missing a Senate vote, but explained he was meeting with Trump to interview for government positions. Jalen Edgar, a 17-year-old accused of a deadly mass shooting in downtown Orlando, Florida, will stand trial on March 10th. He allegedly fired into crowds during Halloween celebrations, killing 2 and injuring several others. He will be tried as an adult. And Deion Sanders, the Colorado head football coach, dismissed rumors about him potentially leaving the program for another job, including the NFL. Sanders signed a 5-year contract with Colorado prior to the 2023 season. Get BIN News on demand 24/7 at BINnews.com.
Every business faces challenges, but shipping shouldn't be one of them. Turn shipping to your advantage with USPS Ground Advantage from the United States Postal Service. Learn how at USPS.com/advantage. USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The Lakers got a breakout performance last night from rookie forward Dalton Knecht. Knecht dropped a career-high 37 points to spark the Lakers to a 124-118 win over Utah at Crypto.com. The Lakers have won 6 straight. Knecht made 9 3-pointers to tie a single-game record for NBA rookies. 7 of those 3-pointers came in the final 3 minutes of the third quarter. Knecht has been in the starting lineup the last 3 games in place of Rui Hachimura, who's out with an ankle injury. In the 3 games, Knecht is averaging 26 points and shooting 63%. It might be a while before we see Hachimura back in the starting lineup. Russell Westbrook earned his 200th career triple-double last night to help Denver beat Memphis. The 36-year-old Westbrook had 12 points, 10 rebounds, and 14 assists. I said it before and I'll say it again. Westbrook will still look good in a Clippers uniform. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
Climate justice, climate equity, climate resilience. By any other name, we demand environmental justice in 2024 and beyond. We're KBLA Talk 1580, and we don't black down.
Add confidence to every holiday adventure and get it done with a rugged and capable Chevy truck or SUV. Find your red tag. Get 0% APR financing for 36 months on select popular Chevy models when you finance with GM Financial. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Offer available on all 2025 Equinox and 2024 Silverado, Equinox EV, Blazer EV, and Silverado EV models. Monthly payment is $2,860 for every $1,000 you finance. Example down payment 22.2%. Must finance with GM Financial. Some customers may not qualify. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 12/2/24.
Dr. Renee here. Did you know this time of year is considered peak asthma season because we typically see a spike in asthma-related hospitalizations? If you have asthma and are having difficulty breathing despite medication, it's time to check in with your doctor so you can help avoid landing yourself in the hospital this season. To learn more about managing your asthma, visit www.luma-edu.com. That's LUMA-edu.com. This message is brought to you by Amgen and AstraZeneca.
Are you an entrepreneur looking to take your business to new heights? KBLA Talk 1580 is your partner in success. Every day, we celebrate and elevate Black-owned businesses across our community. Our KBLA SMB Marketplace currently features The Cookie Dip, Badass Bakes, Hair Concoction, Higher Education Accreditation Consulting, LACC Radiology Technology Department, and Malik Books. Your business deserves to be heard. Let KBLA Talk 1580 amplify your voice and connect you with our powerful community of listeners. Email smb@kbla1580.com today. That's smb@kbla1580.com. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Imagine a Los Angeles where everyone can thrive, where communities have access to the resources they need to succeed. That's the vision of Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. They're dedicated to improving life in LA County by providing educational support, employment assistance, and spaces for community engagement. By 2050, they want LA to be the best place to connect, create, learn, live, and play. They're working toward an education system that's well-resourced and culturally responsive, becoming a hub for artists and innovators, and making sure everyone has access to healthy food, quality healthcare, and safe housing. It's about building a future where we all have the chance to succeed. We invite you to learn more about their mission and get involved with Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
You okay?
Sorry, I can't sleep with this cough.
Sounds like you need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with NyQuil VapoCool. It's NyQuil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
So you ready to get some sleep? Thank you, NyQuil VapoCool.
NyQuil VapoCool, the vaporizing nighttime coughing, aching, fever, best sleep with a cold medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
We're thrilled to announce that the Dear Future Wifey podcast is now available on the Urban One Podcast Network. This show, hosted by Latiris R. Whitfield, explores the journey of discovering and rediscovering love and relationships. With over 500,000 subscribers on YouTube, Dear Future Wifey has become a prototype for discussions about love and relationships. Learn how to rediscover love, heal, and have faith in relationships. Go to urbanonepodcast.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
Broadcasting live from Leimert Park, USA. Welcome back to your home for unapologetically progressive radio, KBLA Talk 1580.
So the infighting has begun, and the current Republican administration has not even taken office yet. So I think that's a good sign. Daily Beast is reporting that there was a huge blow-up between Elon Musk and a longtime Trump advisor at Mar-a-Lago in front of a bunch of guests. This guy, Boris Epstein. Musk accused him of leaking cabinet pics to the media, and apparently they went off, and there was a huge explosion at a dinner table inside Mar-a-Lago. Of course, the Republican transition team is not commenting, and we don't know if the president-elect was there, but this is on top of reports that Trump advisors, whoops, I said his name, are getting annoyed with Elon Musk because he's always there and he thinks he's the co-president and he's bossing everybody around and wielding Twitter over folks' head. So that's a good sign, because I think the infighting, jockeying for power, corruption, and vanity was something that slowed down some of the agenda the first time. And though I feel that this current Republican administration is much more efficient, much more organized, some of those characteristics, some things never change. A major storm is going across the northwest part of the U.S., strong winds and rain, and they're calling it an atmospheric river with hurricane force winds, a storm cyclone, knocking out power to 500,000 homes. We expect more and more of this under the climate emergency, but I think as we move into a new Republican administration led by a climate denier, we're going to see how the response to these kinds of natural disasters, how that progresses. We already know that the administration has said in the past, that the 45th president went out of his way to not give emergency responsive dollars to blue states or counties, areas that he did not think voted for him. So, brace yourself, I guess. We haven't really talked about this. 3 of the daughters of Malcolm X are suing the FBI and the CIA. This was a suit filed last week in a Manhattan federal court. And they're saying that law enforcement did not protect him on purpose, that they didn't protect him, that they, and I've seen this in multiple reports and at least one documentary where the city removed the police that they would typically have there. They're also accusing law enforcement of undermining efforts to investigate his assassination at the Audubon Ballroom in Manhattan just about 60 years ago. They say the agencies knew about the threats, but they failed to intervene. They removed their officers from inside the ballroom, leaving him more exposed than ever, arresting his security detail days before the event. And then they accused those agencies of a concealment and a cover-up. 3 men had been arrested and convicted in that killing, but 2 of them were exonerated. And one was paroled in 2010. So they're saying they want $100 million, in excess of $100 million in damages. Of course, the police department and the FBI are not commenting on that, and the CIA neither, to the New York Times. But I certainly am working on seeing if we can get the attorney or one of the children, daughters of Malcolm X, to speak on this, because I think it's a great idea, if nothing other than to, make us talk about it, make us remember what happened, make us question the official story. It's a way of forcing Black history into the news, and we may have to do a lot more of this in an era when the Republican Party is now threatening to defund schools that teach Black history and remove endowments from colleges and universities that have DEI programs. So maybe talking about Malcolm X, a.k.a. El-Hajj Malik Shabazz, powerful leader of the Black liberation struggle, who started in the Nation of Islam, and just an incredible intellectual, a brilliant orator. Maybe this is one way we get to talk about this page in Black history. Maybe it will inform a new generation. And of course, Ben Crump, who seems to be behind every single lawsuit in the known world at the moment, is part of that lawsuit. And, best case scenario, they win, but in a land chock full of judges appointed by the 45th president, I'm not super hopeful, but I would love to see it. And I think, we'll definitely be tracking this. Speaking of judges appointed by the 45th president, also on Friday, a Texas judge struck down a new rule created by the Biden administration to extend overtime. This is, I had talked about this as a big win under Biden, the kinds of things folks weren't paying attention to when they said Biden didn't do anything for me, which would have made overtime extend to people who make a slightly higher wage. So I can't remember the exact cutoff, but it would have made literally millions more Americans eligible for overtime if they work more than a 40-hour week. But the judge who was nominated by 45 to the bench in 2019, he blocked that rule temporarily in June, and now he's blocking it nationwide, leaving the old overtime rules in place. So the Labor Department can appeal that, But, of course, what they have like 58 days, and whether or not, I mean, it's pretty clear that this would be dropped by the new Republican authoritarian administration. So even though the incoming administration, Republican administration, has not commented where they stand on it, you heard the president-elect say he hates overtime, hates paying overtime. And so this attempt by Joe Biden to give you time and a half for working more than 40 hours for folks who make, you didn't get overtime unless you got $35,000 or less a year. The Biden rule would mean that it would go up to $58,000. If you made $58,000 or less, you would get time and a half working over 40 hours. But thanks to this Trump judge and what we will likely see from the current the president-elect, it will stay at $35,000, which is not a lot of dough to be working overtime for free, especially if you live in any of these cities. So F around and find out. For those who thought there was no difference between the Republican and the Democratic Party, one by one, these decisions are showing you that, in fact, there is. And I'm not saying don't start a third party. I'm not saying don't push the line as progressives, but I'm saying let's stop saying dumb talking points that actually turn out not to be at all true. Love to hear from you, 800-920-1580. We are KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
With reported hate crimes rising in recent years, California has responded through outreach efforts across state government and in collaboration with community-based organizations for the launch of CA versus Hate. This non-emergency, multilingual hate crime and incident reporting hotline provides an anonymous reporting option for victims and witnesses of hate acts reported in 15 different languages through the online portal and in over 200 languages when calling the hotline. Report anonymously by calling 833-866-4283. Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. or online at any time at cavshate.org.
For older adults in LA County, staying connected is more important than ever. Free Wi-Fi access helps you keep in touch with loved ones, stay informed, and manage your health through telehealth services. Whether video chatting with family, following news, or accessing health info, the internet is here to help. Don't miss out. Find your connection at libraries, parks, and community centers. To learn more about these resources, visit lacountyandU.com. That's lacountyandU.com.
Medicare open enrollment is here, and it's a time you can make changes to your health coverage. Yet, watch out for enrollment and marketing scams. Remember, Medicare will neither call you nor solicit your business. Guard your card. Never give out your Medicare number to strangers. Unsolicited calls, door-to-door visits, and emails are prohibited. Take your time. Don't feel pressured to make a quick decision. Report scams to our California Senior Medicare Patrol at 1-855-613-7080.
We've got a lot to talk about.
Hi, I'm Zoe Williams, a.k.a. the Voice of Reason, encouraging you to join me weekdays from 7 to 9 p.m. for the world's most intriguing relationship radio roundtable. Every night, I facilitate and encourage our loyal listeners to participate in the most engaging relationship discussions you'll hear anywhere. So make it a point to rendezvous with me, Zoe Williams, the Voice of Reason, Monday through Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Trust me, your relationships will never be the same. The VOR is on fire tonight.
Unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
Here's another great reason to use the United States Postal Service this season. When sending a package, why venture outside? Ship with USPS for a true holiday ride. Want to stay cozy and warm? There's no need to roam. With free package pickup and labels printed from home. We have over 600,000 employees always in motion. And before you know it, your gift has delivered emotion. Spread the holiday joy this season with USPS's Enhanced Network. Learn more at USPS.com/holidayride.
This is KBLA Talk 1580, where hate meets a scholarly match.
Meanwhile, Republican Representative Nancy Mace, the same one who got to dust up with Michael Eric Dyson, has vowed to stand in the way of the first transgender woman to be elected to Congress. She's going to stand in the way of her using the bathroom. That's her priority. Gas prices are up. We got a bunch of wars going on. There's an unhoused persons crisis, but your priority is to stop somebody from going to the bathroom. And it's interesting because the Representative-elect, Sarah McBride is her name, the trans woman, she's telling Dems, look, thank you for standing with me and pushing back, but don't get caught up in this trap because, to quote her, she says, if we let them, this entire Congress, all we'll talk about is bathrooms. And I think that's super strategic and smart. But since Republicans ran on bashing transgender people, I guess this is on brand, and they are trying to make it a big issue. Imagine you start a new job and one of your co-workers' top priorities is to stop you from going to the bathroom. That shows you where these folks' priorities are. I also think, is there no, I don't know. I don't want to spend a lot of time talking about bathrooms either. Perhaps what the Congress needs to do is make all their bathrooms all gender bathrooms, kind of like lots of stores and restaurants and schools are doing now to avoid wasting our time focused on who is using the bathroom. Dwayne Cofield in the chat says that the family of Fred Hampton should take a page out of the family of Malcolm X's book. I think it's a great idea. Not sure, what. I know there's weird shenanigans, right, on the part of the Chicago Police Department. I'm not sure how that case exactly would be argued, but certainly I think it's a great idea, Dwayne. I would love to see justice for more folks. I think under the incoming Republican administration, it's going to be, it's going to be tough, but that doesn't mean we don't do it. Interesting that Elon Musk and the president-elect do seem to be peas of a pod in more than one way. The billionaire, the richest man in the world, getting sued a lot, class action lawsuits, and a lot of them are around things his political action committee did to support the 45th president, who now is 47 elect, including that $1 million giveaway, so-called giveaway, to get people to sign a petition, which was meant to get voters to register in swing states. Was done by America PAC, which is controlled by Elon Musk. And now it turns out that the winners were predetermined. So he's being sued for fraud. The Department of Justice decided to stand down and not pursue the election manipulation, which they could have and should have done. And I think Merrick Garland is going to go down in infamy for the way he has enabled the criminals within the Republican Party and within the MAGA movement to go scot-free so they could be elected and reelected. Anyway, it turns out that the Pennsylvania judge who said, okay, you can keep doing these payouts until after the election, which seems really odd. They stopped judges stopped charges in cases against 45 from moving forward because they didn't want to, sway the election. But this Pennsylvania judge says, oh, go ahead and keep offering people $1 million bribe to register to vote. We'll deal with it after the election. Interesting how there's a double standard there. But anyway, he's got 3 lawsuits accusing him of fraud and breach of contract because apparently they had already picked out those $1 million winners before they launched the contest, meaning they were lying and saying that it was a contest that you could win simply by signing this petition. They say these are actually MAGA supporters that are suing the richest man in the world, because they just say, you cheated us. We want you to be accountable for the promises you make. And this is not even coming from the left. These are MAGA people, and this is the attorney who represented the Sandy Hook families who took down Alex Jones. So this is not good news for Elon Musk. He actually, this same guy who sued him for saying that, for falsely saying that a Jewish man was part of a neo-Nazi brawl. And then there's also another class actions lawsuit by canvassers who say they weren't paid what they were promised by Mr. Musk. So the grifters seem to all have coalesced into this one party. Meanwhile, the president-elect would like to have Dr. Oz, the TV doctor, to be over Medicare and Medicaid. And this guy is also what the current administration would call an anchor baby. He is the son of Turkish immigrants. He ran for Senate and lost, and now we're talking about putting him in charge of the insurance company, the health insurance organizations that cover 150 million Americans. Medicaid and Medicare. Medicare is what you get, the health insurance you get when you retire, when you get to be of retirement age. As an older adult, you have health coverage. That's Medicare. Medicaid and Medi-Cal are the state programs that can cover things like, that cover medically needy people, meaning people who don't have the means to get health insurance. And they also cover long-term care insurance and the like. So he's going to be over this. And I was talking with someone, and we'll continue this conversation in the days and weeks ahead. A couple people who've said, well, don't push the panic button yet, because getting rid of Social Security, getting rid of Medicare and Medicaid is not that easy. Firing all of these public servants, as Project 2025 has promised to do, and replacing them with loyalists to the current Republican administration and their Project 2025 is not that easy, but it certainly does seem terrifying. So I'm gonna reserve my right to panic until we see some real movement, and so that's kind of the good news side of selecting somebody who has no experience, who's a reality show person, who is a doctor. And like certain doctors probably thinks he, knows everything, but probably doesn't, is actually good news in a way, because if you wanted someone to dismantle programs like Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, it would be more likely to happen if you had someone that knew what they were doing. So the possibilities that these guys, spend the next 4 years or 2 years bumping their head against the wall is one ray of light, one bit of hope in the midst of a seemingly rather insane moment in national politics. We as usual, we have a lot to talk about. Looking forward to my conversation with Dr. Robin Bernstein next on KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree. Number for the hotline. Vice President-elect J.D. Vance is stating that the Trump team is interviewing candidates for FBI director, implying Christopher Wray's departure